yeah, I was there. I stood right next to the person who captured this moment where Nichian was casually grabbing a guitar, started shredding, and our faces got melted away. And I think we all know when we would be in this situation, it would probably sound more like this. And in today's video, I'm going to show you in 4 steps how it will more sound like this. Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? I'm Justin Hornbach, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's video. Yes, I was at NAMM. It was my first time and it was a really great experience seeing all those incredible players. Matteo Mancuso, Matteo Asato, Yo Nichian, Yas Namoto, whatever, Jack Gardner, Hedras Ramos, Daniel Gotardo. Bunch of really awesome guitar players. That weekend was truly inspiring. And here and there, besides walking, I tried to grab a guitar by myself and tried to start shredding. And especially in the first day, I felt like, ooh, this does not sound good at all. No, this is not something that I could publish or share with you guys.
Before that, we have this called card. But maybe we have no binding, so we deleted this.
And then over the days, I made some thoughts. Why are certain people sounding that awesome, just grabbing whatever kind of guitar and started shredding, and it always sounds good and precise and with a lot of energy? What are these people doing? What are they eating for breakfast, or what is their magic pill to shred like that instantly? Well, and I came to, for myself, a 4-step kind of conclusion to what you can do to impress everybody at a guitar store. And on the last day of NAMM, I was confident enough to grab a guitar by myself, sitting in front of an amp and start shredding, and it was extremely good. There were some people standing right next to me who were like, oh, not bad, not bad. And I'm sad that nobody captured it. But anyways, so the first thing, it's all about self-confidence. And this is much easier to say than be done. But here are some things where I thought, okay, there we can gain a certain self-confidence. The first step of it is self-awareness. Know the licks and the patterns and the riffs and the melodies that you can play instantly. But how do we know that? How do we know which kind of lick and pattern would work in a situation like that at NAMM or at a guitar store? And for me, I'm doing this for a while now. I have a simple little test. Every time when I wake up in the morning, or for those people who are following me on Instagram, like really early morning, I try to instantly go into my practice cave here, grab a guitar and start playing a certain lick. A lick that I want to be at a certain level of perfection. And also a lick where I know, okay, I play these kind of licks for a while now. I don't have too much trouble playing them. And with this kind of little test, I can figure out, do I still have to be warmed up to play this lick? Do I still have to have a fresh mind after the first cup of coffee or whatnot? Or am I able to play this lick in certain conditions, in certain situations where there are a lot of stumbling blocks to play that lick at a certain amount of level? And when you can play that lick in this kind of situation, then I can guarantee to you, you can play this lick as well with John Petrucci standing on your right side and Paul Gilbert standing on your left side. And here as well, really important is have an amp on your side, a speaker that you can just easily turn on and then record yourself really quickly with your phone, just to analyze later on the day, like, oh, okay, yeah, do this kind of mistake, my hand synchronization is off here, so that you can learn all the details and know what you should work on. And the more you know about your playing, the more awareness you gain, the easier it is to have a certain self-confidence in these kind of situations. Playing in a guitar store while Yngwie Malmsteen just came in. So another thing that always impress people are arpeggios. And here I have a really cool routine for myself. Find out which arpeggio patterns you could easily play in step number 1, in situation number 1. And then as soon as you have these kind of arpeggios, the next thing is find a really cool chord progression. A chord progression that you can always rely on in these situations, because this is something that impresses a lot. I mean, in the video from Yonichan, he is playing basic sweeps. He's playing them pretty fast, the 16-note triplets on 170 BPM. That's quite fast, but the interesting thing is more the chord progression itself. It's a really cool neoclassical chord progression going from A minor to F major to E major and all this kind of stuff. By the way, you can find the tabs for this arpeggio section in the link in the description box. There you can download them. So I always try to have 2 or 3 chord progressions in my pocket where I know, okay, these chord progression has a really cool sound to it and that I can always rely on and that it will always impress people and sound good instantly. If you want to know how to write epic chord progressions, then check out my YouTube video here, or get directly the ZEN of Sweeping, my masterclass about sweep picking and playing really cool arpeggios. Doesn't matter which level, from 0 to hero. Check the link in the description box to get the ZEN of Sweeping and get the bundle with the ZEN of Speed Picking, my online masterclass about speed picking, where you get one of the courses for only 50%. Again, check the link in the description box, and now let's move on to step number 3. Focus while practicing on the parameter that every note connects to each other. That sounds a little bit specific at the beginning, but hear me out. This is something that always throws me off and always started to create this kind of feeling in my head like, oh, what I'm playing right now does not really sound good. And as soon this feeling starts and I lose my self-confidence, you can guarantee that it will definitely sound like shit. I mean, as you might know, I'm obsessed with speed picking. It's my favorite technique, but sometimes it can happen that my hand synchronization is still a little bit off, and then a little gap creates between certain notes, and it more sounds like staccato playing instead of fluent legato playing. And staccato playing where you don't have a control over it, like in this situation, does not sound good. Legato playing is a little bit easier to handle, it's a little bit easier to adjust. So I would recommend, when you are in a situation where improvising a long speed picking line here and there, fill in with some legato playing, just to be sure that everything is fluent, and maybe focus a little bit more on the fluency in your left hand. The right hand is not so important in this kind of case. Alright, and step number 4 is practice with shitty equipment. Because sometimes it could be that you are in a guitar store and you will grab a really cool Ibanez guitar, but it's set up like this. When you have an old and shitty guitar at home, perfect. Here and there, grab that guitar and try to practice with that guitar. I have one here. I have this old, rusty, dirty Jeff Loomis Schecter signature. And this guitar I prepared for practicing on difficult equipment. It has thick string gauge, I think it's 11 or something, and it has a really high action. So practicing on this guitar really prepares me for the worst case scenario in every guitar store. Now, all that I mentioned in the video, do this here and there, maybe twice or 3 times a week. If you know that something like NAMM is coming up, or just want to have fun going in a guitar store and jamming around, playing around, or even if you just want to jam with other people. Again, music and playing guitar, of course, is not only there to impress people. But it can be a lot of fun on parties to sweep off some crazy arpeggios and play some intense speed picking. I can guarantee to you, girls and boys will love it, and you are the king of every party. Oh, well, in retrospective, it's been a while since I was the last time on a party, and then nobody talked to me because I was only practicing guitar in the corner. Well, maybe it's better to shut down this video and